Alright, hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vivek, and in this course, I'm going to teach you about web development and mobile app development. But first, we're going to cover the web development. For a long time, I've been trying to do this, and I think today is the final day where I have finally decided that okay, I'm going to start this course. And I thought about what should I teach you guys, and a lot of things came to my mind. First of all, I thought that maybe I should create some awesome project using React or Vue.js. Sorry. So I thought about creating awesome project using React or Vue.js or whatever the cool technology that has popped in right now in 2022. But then I thought that if you don't have a basic foundation on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then you know then like learning anything ever is going to be very difficult because you will never have a great foundation for web development if you don't know the basics or the foundation of it. So then I decided, okay, let's start from the very beginning, and you are in the first video of the beginning of web development course. And first of all, we're going to start off with HTML, and then we're going to go into CSS. We're going to create some beautiful designs in HTML and CSS, and after that I think we're going to create some great projects with JavaScript. And do not worry, I'm going to teach you JavaScript from the very basics, and we're going to learn everything about it. And then after JavaScript, we're going to jump into any of the JS framework that you prefer, and we can create awesome projects with that too. But first thing first, the foundation is important. The basic building block is important, and that's why we're jumping into HTML in our first video. So talking about HTML, what HTML really is just a basic building structure or building blocks of our website, right? So if you think about a website, what it really contains in is it just contains some image, text, video. And today in this video we're going to talk about text, which basically means typography. So typography in HTML is the first lecture or first course in our YouTube channel, and I'm going to teach you about typography. What are the things that we use to denote any text or typography in our website. So first thing first, what you need is a computer, but I guess you already have a computer. And second thing you need is a browser, but every computer has a browser, so I guess you have that too. So the third thing that you need is a text editor, right? So I prefer Visual Studio Code, but you can use any of your preference. If you have any other preference, then you can use that too. But you need a Visual Studio Code. I'm going to use a Visual Studio Code throughout the course. So if you want to install a Visual Studio Code, if you want to install it, then you can go to your favorite browser, whichever browser it is, and you can just say Visual Studio Code download, right? And then the first link you will get is download Visual Studio Code. You can open the link, and inside this you can see that you can download Visual Studio Code for both Windows, Mac, and Linux. Whichever is your operating system, feel free and download it, and you will get your Visual Studio Code. I have already downloaded the Visual Studio Code, so I'm just going to open it. So this is the Visual Studio Code that you're going to get. Inside this I have already created a folder, and it's called training. You can create any folder you want and open that in your Visual Studio Code, and you are ready to go. So the first thing is, while learning HTML, what we need is a HTML file. But before that, let's just discuss what HTML is. HTML is just a basic building block. To denote anything in a website really contains image, audio, and some text, probably, or some videos as well, right? To display all of that in a browser, you need some tags, some HTML tag, which is going to denote all those things and which is going to help us to structure and style all those things in our website. And that is what HTML is. What HTML really is just a markup language. It is a hypertext markup language which is going to provide us with different markup tags, which will help us to denote or display this text or image or video or audio in our website in a really proper way. In this video, we're just going to talk about text, which basically refers to the typography of an HTML. So first of all, let's create a HTML file. A HTML file is just a file that contains the extension of .html at the end. So we're going to create it now. You can give any name to our file, but I'm going to give it an index and say .html. So the .html is just an extension of the file that we're going to create, right? And the extension of the file is going to represent that it is an HTML file. So now we have created our HTML file. So what do we write inside our HTML file? Inside our HTML file, we have HTML tags, right? Not tags, it's just HTML tags. So HTML tags contain different tags for different thing, right? If you have an image, you will use an image tag. If you have a video, you will use a video tag, and we have different tags for different things. If you want to layout, you use the layout tags. Sorry. But for this video, we are just focused in typography. We'll learn everything step by step, just one thing at a time, and today is for typography. So let's start with our typography. So in our initial HTML file, first of all, we have to create an HTML tag. So we're going to write HTML and write this. You can see this is an opening tag and this is a closing tag. Everything inside a HTML file has to be inside the HTML tag. The two main tags that will be inside HTML tag is a head tag and a body tag. So let me create both of those. So we have a head tag and then we have a body tag. So what head tag contain is it contain the title of a website. It can contain any link to the resource of a website, or it can contain any meta description that is required for a website. What are all of those? We're going to learn about it in our upcoming videos. Today is just for typography, so we'll stick into that. But don't worry, we're going to learn about what all the things that head will contain in our upcoming videos as well. So the body tag is our main tag. Whatever is displayed inside a website will be inside a body tag, right? So let's see here. Inside our body tag, I'm going to create another tag which is used for typography, and it's called h1, and I'm going to write hello inside it. So if you see the h1 tag, it is h1 basically means a tag for heading. If you want to give any heading for your text, then you have to keep it inside an h1 tag. If I save this, now to run it inside our browser, what we have to do is right click in the file name and we have to copy the path of the file. After we copy the path, we can go to our browser and we just paste that path right here. After we paste the path, we run it and you can see here I get the hello. If you see here at the top, it gives me the name of a file, right? But let's just change that for some time. Inside our head tag, we can give a title to our file. So I'm going to say title and I will say web development course. If I save this and I go to my browser and refresh this, you can see here the title of the website changes. There are a lot of things that we can put inside head, but again I told you that we're going to learn about it in our upcoming videos. This video is just for typography and we'll be just focused on that only. So typography is for text, right? So sorry again. So if we want to use this text inside our HTML, we are putting it inside a heading, right? But there are different tags for text in our HTML language. So when it comes to heading, we have 6 headings from H1 to H6. Let me create all of those here. I'm going to save this and then H1, H2. This will be S3, S4, S5 and S6. Let me change the name of each and every one of it. And as if you can see here, every HTML tag actually has an opening and closing tag, okay? So the opening tag is our normal tag and the closing tag will contain the less than sign and then slash. That will be our closing tag of our HTML. So S5 and here we go with H6. So I will save this and I will just refresh this page. You can see here the S1 is the one which looks like a heading. It has more font size and font weight than S2, and then S3 has less font size and font weight than S2, and then accordingly we got less font size and font weight as we reach to H6. So if you want to give a heading in your HTML file, you have to use this heading tags, and heading tags range from S1 to S6. You can use any of it as per is your preference. Second tag that is used for text and is the more popular tag is paragraph tag, right? So we have our heading and we want to give some paragraph, and we have to keep it inside a paragraph tag. So in HTML for paragraph we have a p tag. So let's use our p tag like this. Again, the opening and the closing tag, don't forget that. I'll write this is a paragraph. Okay, I'm going to refresh this, and you can see here the paragraph appears in our website. Now I want to make my paragraph a little bit longer, so I will just type lorem and then enter and refresh it here. As you can see that lorem, this is the text that makes no sense at all, but I don't want to keep typing all of this. That's why I just used lorem. It just generates the random text, whatever. It just make no sense, but yeah, I don't want to keep writing all of this. So lorem tag gives me all this text, and it is inside the paragraph tag, and you can see here that this is actually a p tag which contain all the paragraph or all the text that we wanted inside the p tag. The other tag that we have is also, I'm going to use a strong tag here, right, inside a p tag. Now I'm using the tag inside a tag, which means that it is a nested element. So I'm going to use this inside a p tag. I'm going to use a strong tag right here, and let's see what it does. I'm going to wrap this paragraph inside my strong tag like this. So you can see here my paragraph tag has a strong tag inside it, which means it is a nested element. I'm going to refresh this, and as you can see here, this paragraph get bold, which means the strong tag is used to highlight the text inside a text, right? If we want to highlight anything inside a text, if we want to prioritize or like highlight anything, then we can use a strong tag inside it. There are so many tags that we can use. We have span as well, if you want to use it, but I'm going to go into detail about span when I will be teaching you about block level element and inline element. But you should know that there is a span tag that you can use as well, to highlight or make any changes to certain text. Let's see another tag that we can use. Inside this lorem, I'm going to use this tag called delete, which is called del, and opening and closing, of course. I'm going to just cut this and put it inside my del tag. I'm going to refresh this. You can see here this lorem get cancelled as if it has been deleted, because that's what delete tag or del tag does. After this, the another important thing is that we create list. Let's suppose we have to create some list, right? So how do we create it in HTML? So HTML provided the tag for list as well. There are two types of list, right? So let's say we want to list the best 10 football player in the world, then we can list it in some order from 1 2 3 4 or like that, or we can just list it without an order, like not from the top to bottom, just random listing, right? And we can do both of that in HTML. And so there are two type of list, and the first one is the order list, where we order according to the list, and the second is unordered list, which means the which come first and which comes second doesn't really matter. Let's try it. Let's see. First with order list, I'll just say OEL tag. So again, the opening and the closing tag, and OEL means order list. Inside this OEL tag, we are going to create a tag called ELI, which basically represents the list, right? I'm going to say here Apple, and then I'm going to create another list. Sorry, I'm going to create another list, and I'm going to call it ball, and then I'm going to create a third list, and I'm going to call it cat, just for now. Okay, so OL tag here. I'm going to save this. Now if I go to my browser and then refresh it, you can see here we get an order list with apple, ball, and cat. And it is an order list because we have 1 2 and 3 in order, right? But if I want to make this an unordered list, then I can just change this OL to UL, which basically refers to unordered list. I'm going to save this, go out here and refresh this. Now you can see this bulletin here, because it is not ordered, it is just it is in unordered format. The list is unordered, right? Okay, so let me go back to the order list. You can see here, and we have 1 to 3. But what if we want to change it from 1 to 3 to A, B, C, or whatever you want, right? We can do that in HTML order tag list, order tag, right? So what we're going to do is just going to give it a type, and we just say A, just for a moment, right? Let's say capital A. If I refresh this, you can see here now it order from A, B, and C. If I put an small a and refresh it, you can see A, B, and C in small. Let's say I don't want to start from A, I want to start from B, then I can just say start and B, then refresh it. Okay, so I'm just going to say type equals to I, and I want to say start from second, then refresh it. You can see here I get I, it is starting in this format, but if I say start from 2, okay, so if I say start from 2, then you can see here we get it, we have this started from the second one. We don't have I, we started it from I, right? Like here, if I say that the type has to be A and then refresh it, you can see we start from B. So you can see, you can change the type of the list, how you want to order it, and also where you want to start it as well. That is what we can do with order list, right? And we have again two type of list, order list and unordered list as well. But now what is this type and start that we have here? These things in HTML are called attributes, and what attributes basically means, it means properties, right? So these are attributes that we have in HTML tags, and we can use it. And what attribute basically means, it means properties. Another important tag in HTML is anchor tag, and anchor tag is used for links. Let me create an anchor tag right now. I'm going to create a tag which basically means an anchor tag, and I'm going to say link to my bus, like this. Okay, so if I go out here and refresh it, it just says link to my bus. It just looks simply like a paragraph and nothing else. But this tag is special because here we can create links, and anchor tag is for linking. So for that we have another attribute. Again, attribute is just a property that you can use in HTML tags. I'm going to create an attribute, and the attribute that anchor tag takes is href. So I'm going to create this attribute href, and I'm going to link to nowhere. Just I'm going to put an hashtag inside it, and I'm going to just refresh it and go out here, see the change here. Okay, so if I refresh this page, you can see that it changed into a link now. So you can see the mouse pointer also changed from pointer to this hand cursor, and then sorry, so from cursor to the hand pointer actually. And you can see that it looks like a link, right? It looks like if I click here, then it will take me somewhere. So where will it take me is defined by this href tag, where we have this hashtag right here. If I just click in it, you can see there the hashtag is attached into our website route. But let's give a proper route to it. Let's say bus, right here. I'm going to create one of the bus. I'm going to go into the website of this bus, and you can see here, okay, this is the bus website. I'm going to copy the path, and I'm going to put it inside my href tag. I'm going to say it, sorry, inside the href, like this, inside double quotation. I'm going to save the file. I'm going to refresh it here. Now if I just click to this link, which is an anchor tag, again remember anchor tag is for linking. If you want to put a link inside your website, you have to put it inside an anchor tag, and inside the href it will have the path where you want to go after you click it. So if I click it right now, where it will take me is to that bus website. So clicking it, and there we go. So that is the anchor tag that we use to link in our HTML. As you can see here, if I click it right here, it sent me to the page, but my whole website, my HTML design is lost because it is opening it into the same tab, right? I can also change it and open it into next tab, and for that we have another attribute in our anchor tag, right? So in our anchor tag, I'm going to create that attribute called target, right? So inside target, I'm just going to say underscore blank. If I save this, and if I refresh this, right, now I click to the anchor tag and it opens to the new tab, and that's what the target attribute does. So this is what typography in HTML look like. I hope you guys learned something, and of course there are a lot of typography that we can use in our website, but I don't want to go into it right now because a lot of things is going to be covered up when I will be talking about inline element and block level element, right? So in that course, in that tutorial, you will learn more about typography again. But for today, this has been the HTML typography. This is my first video on our web development series, and I will be continuing to make these videos. And if you want to give any suggestion, then I will be open to the suggestion, and I want to correct and make video even helpful for you guys. So if you have any suggestion, then please send your suggestion to me. And thank you for watching, and if you liked it, please hit that like and subscribe button so that the video reaches to the people who really want to learn web development, and it helps those guys as well. thank you for Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in my next web development course video. Thank you so much.